Hey, what's good, EVA fam? Today we on the islands. Just feel like taking a little walk. Want to go ahead and just answer some questions that obviously I've been getting in my DMs and stuff. So, hey man, let's get into it. Man, won't you just look at that water? Yes, sir. What if I told you 1 year could really change your life? And I'm not just saying that just to, how people just be saying that. No, I'm like actually for real. I used to think when I was actually coming into this space, yo, day trading is gonna take me 3, 4, 5 years. And until I actually started teaching, I didn't realize that it can actually be cut to 2, 3 months. My students have definitely proven that to me over and over and over. So it's really find the proper education. I mean, you guys are at the right place. Come on. Let's start right there. But find the proper education and take it seriously. Don't half-ass it. Really sit down and say to yourself, yo, I really want this. I want this for my life and I'm actually going to lock in. Nobody is going to change your life except for you. You could watch all my videos. You could take my mentorship. You could do whatever. Nothing will work unless you want it to work. Let me take my seat right here. Just cool it. Get me some sun this morning. You guys know my story, man. I've told it before. Working a few little jobs, just trying to actually save money for funding accounts and stuff. And I just needed a pass, right? I needed a pass and not only pass, but obviously stay profitable. So I set a set of rules for myself. The biggest one I always talk about is take 1 trade a day, man. 1 to 2 trades. Guys, that's gonna stop you from revenge trading, stop you from having FOMO, just stop you from having pretty much majority of the problems. So yeah, so I passed that funded account. My first payout was $541. Hey man, that's all I needed to see. After that, I went into blowing a few accounts, but I said to myself, throughout the process of blowing accounts, I'm not gonna quit. I'm actually gonna sit here, learn what I'm doing. And the biggest thing is, I always wrote down all of my mistakes. It's something I will show you guys one of these days in a video. I wrote down every single mistake and I still have all of the books. That's why I said I could show y'all. I got the spreadsheets and everything. And I went through every single weekend and did a process of elimination of what works versus what doesn't work until I was able to get it. So I really failed my way to success, if you want to say that. As I said, I show you guys exactly what to do in my mentorship, in my Discord. There's so many ways to learn from me, even right here. So there's no way that it should take you X amount of time that I did. And honestly, me just thinking about it, a lot of y'all biggest problem be the discipline, bro. Like, I mean, discipline is such a huge thing in this business. And the thing about it is you can have 6, 7, 8 months of pure, proper discipline. And on month 9, day 1, you decide to do something stupid, psychologically have a breakout, and the entire account is gone. So that's the thing. Your discipline has to be on point 24/7 in this business. You need to be working on discipline on the charts and obviously off the charts is a huge thing that people forget. Me personally, how I do anything is how I do everything. And that's something that I have focused on for years. So if I'm going to go to the gym, bro, I'm going to work. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm a cook, I'm a cook. If I'm asleep, I'm asleep. Y'all get the point. But how you do anything is how you're going to do everything. If you're sloppy at the gym, if you're inconsistent in the gym, you're going to be inconsistent on the charts. Now, you might not notice it, but over the long term, you're going to see that your discipline has been slacking. You're going to see that I don't want to be like what you could have or should have been because I'm not that kind of guy. But what you could have and should have been, you would have been if you would have actually just, stuck with a game plan and actually locked in. So really just focus on doing everything to the best of your ability, and that same routine that you're carrying off the charts will actually translate towards the charts. That's like one of the biggest advice I always have for people. Another huge thing is the perfect setup. Now, a lot of you, including myself, at times, we do find setups that have every single confluence that we ever wanted, and it just seems so perfect. So psychologically, we're like, okay, cool. This setup is going to be damn near a guaranteed win. So let me double or triple down on my risk. That be the problem. Y'all have to understand that no matter how good this setup looks, it can fail. Yo, those perfect setups are one of the biggest reasons why I have blown majority of my accounts. Because the thing is, once one of them setups presented itself, I went ahead and doubled and tripled down risk because I'm like, okay, this setup is about to set me up for the rest of the week or rest of the month. And that setup actually hits my stop loss. Now, psychologically, you're like, yo, that setup was not supposed to fail. And that's not ego. I'll definitely say it's just confidence based on, the knowledge that you've been implementing on a daily basis. You are going to go back and take another setup. Mind you, you lost big. You doubled or tripled down on risk. And you're gonna go back, not only to get back the money, but because you're pissed that it happened to you. Hey, I gotta laugh how much times that happened to me. And the thing is, mind you, the first trade that you took is always the best trade because that's the entry point that was, amongst all of the confluences. So let's say we're in a bullish trend. We're gonna on higher highs and higher lows, we're gonna always buy at higher lows, look at a target the highs. Now, the area of interest that's the highest probability is deep in that higher low point. You'll get the best entry and best risk to reward. If you get stopped out that setup, a lot of times you're either going to break the higher low point and we're going to change the trend, or prices grab liquidity from the lows and now we're pushing up towards the highs. Your second entry will be midpoint towards the high point. A lot of times, if you would have woken up that morning and like your first entry, let's say it's New York session, right? Your first entry happened over London, you probably wouldn't even have taken your second entry because it wasn't in your area of interest. So now that we understand that concept, you know that your second entry was not the best trade that you could have taken. And really, you're taking it off of revenge trading. And God help you if you lose that second entry or you miss the second entry. That third entry, by all means, is the worst trade you could have possibly taken for the day because you are technically at the highs already. Now you're just trading for capital and to make back what you lost. That is one hell of a way to go outside. I'll tell you that right now from experience. You don't want it. I done lost money to the point where I curled up like a little fetus, so, laying out in my bed. I done never ate for 2 days at a point. I kid you not, starved. And the thing is, when you in that level of depression, you don't even feel hungry. We really got to go through some things to actually be better. But you know what? An idiot is somebody who just doesn't learn from their previous mistakes. I've been an idiot for a cool minute, but now I'm not. And y'all got to stop being stupid. Y'all got to learn from your mistakes or you won't grow. There's been people who have been day trading for 10, 15, 20 years. I kid you not. And they have not made any money. You do not want to be caught up in that because day trading is not something that's guaranteed to work. Life isn't guaranteed to work. Let me start right there. If you don't let it work, if you don't allow it to work. We just spoke about doubling and tripling down your risk when it comes to great setups. Now we're going to talk about when that's okay. I do double and triple down my risk at times, but I need to have previous equity built. What is previous equity? If we start the account balance on, let's say, a Monday morning with $1,000, Tuesday we make 100, Wednesday we make 100, Thursday we make Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we make 100. We are up $300. Now I could either say to myself, I'm going to keep a $100 risk, knowing that if I lose, I'll be still up 200. If I lose again, I'll still be up 100. Or I could say I'm going to risk $300, understanding that if I do lose, I will be break even on the account. Mind you, psychologically, we tend to actually get married to our new P&L. So from 1,000 to 1,100, a lot of you will be like, oh, my account bounced at 1,100. A lot of you will be like, my account bounced at 1,200. My account bounced at 1,300. No, your account bounces at $1,000 and $100 to $300 of profits are equity. It's not floating equity, but that's built equity. You have to have that mindset because the thing is, once your account goes from $1,300 to $1,200, you're going to be like, I need 100 back. And you're not realizing that, whoa, you have 200. Y'all seen that meme? I shouldn't say meme, but y'all seen that picture on, social media going around at the point where it's like, there's two ways to look at a glass. Half empty and you could do half full, but it's the same glass. And those are the different type of thinkers that we have in life and obviously translates to the market. You either lost 100 or you're either up 200. Very important for you to understand. Technical analysis is only about 30%. You got like 70% left, and 70% is psychological. So you're gonna use that closed equity, understanding you have $1,000 in your account. Mind you, the closed equity will be 300. You can risk that $300 in your next trade. If you lose, you'll be back to break even. It wouldn't be a problem. You just do not want to go negative. It's really important to focus on the art. I'm gonna say art because it is beautiful of scaling correctly versus just, thinking about your lack of capital. When you think about your lack of capital, you tend to risk very aggressive because you want to get to the big boy stages, guys. The more aggressive you risk, the more you are at risk of blowing your account. Them swings are way too huge. Man, but with that being said, man, I'll catch you on the next video. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that comment section. Do what you want, man. If you have any questions, I'm always active inside of my community. It's completely free. Link is in bio, and I will see you guys in the next video.